to Smoking Underground. I am Devin, and this is Gary, and we are in the My Father Cigar Lounge and Studio today, talking about cigars. I was gonna come up with something funny, but I couldn't come up with one fast enough. So yeah, we're talking about cigars. We like to talk about cigars.
Indeed, that's our favorite subject.
Sean Condon's already here. Look at him.
Nice, Sean.
Tuning in from Ligero Leaf in Anniston.
Oh, wow.
Smoking the Padron 85th Anniversary Maduro.
Ooh, there we go.
I had that one the other day.
Do it right.
Woo, for my birthday.
Hey, come on.
Birthday, good.
Man, yeah.
So how you doing, Mr. Gary?
I'm good. Today's gone good. This week's gone good. It's been busy. Gosh, oh my.
Yeah.
Busy. But it's good, though. Everything's lovely. And rolling along. I know it's hot. It's hot.
It's redonkulously hot.
Good grief. You're talking about a big boy hot out.
Big boy hot.
Ooh, I seen my dad used to say, he said, I seen it's so hot, I seen a dog chasing a cat, and they were both walking. Oh,
all right.
It's yeah, so it's quite warm out there today.
All right. Can everybody hear us okay? Everything looking good?
No.
Nope.
Oh, audio.
Uh-oh. Well, it shows it's bouncing.
Audio.
Is it working?
Now it's working.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody.
Right.
Welcome to Cigars and More. Smoking Underground.
Yeah.
I am Devin. This is Gary. Sorry for the issue. We had a microphone switch on us for no apparent reason. So yeah, thank you, Sean, for telling us what you're smoking. That sounds amazing. I smoked that last week myself.
Man, yeah.
For my birthday.
Nice.
We are here.
Happy
today.
late birthday, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got my fancy lighter.
Nice.
I cherish this
Very
thing.
good.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
5x5. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. I
Nice.
appreciate the feedback. We do.
Big time.
So how you doing, Gary?
I'm good. This week was good, but all I can say is it's hot.
It is.
It's excuse me, dang hot.
It is dang hot. I can definitely tell you that. I am not enjoying it.
Ooh, I'm loving it. For a big guy, I love hot weather. I love it. Man.
I think he's being
love it.
sarcastic,
No.
John. I tell you, the only time I really like it is when I'm walking out of the gym, or actually walking into the gym or out of the gym, because I'm already that way. I'm just going to continue the process.
Right on, man.
It gets you ready before you go in, and it keeps you steaming when you come out.
Yeah, that's true, man. Processes that little bead of heat in the car there, man.
Right.
Turns that into a sauna, which is what you need after.
Yeah. You know, I've actually never been to a sauna.
Well,
I've heard it's really beneficial.
it's good. It's good. You need to try that one time at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, stretch your
All right.
muscles out. Yeah, it's good stuff.
So how you doing, John?
What about it, John?
I'm just sitting over here in the corner trying to keep things under control.
All right. All right.
Doing a good job at it, too.
Yeah.
As usual.
Yeah.
As usual.
So if anybody notices anything different about the show today, and I'm being very vague on purpose, there's one major change that's not really major. It's kind of minor, but it's very subtle. And anybody who's watched the show consistently would notice.
I would say let's go ahead, and if you're one of the first people, if I can find my banners here, to shoot us an email at Cigar Smoking Underground.
Yeah.
First person who can say what changed on the set.
Yeah.
We'll definitely find you a special prize.
Yeah. So go ahead and send the email, and feel free look back at the other ones, other broadcasts, and hit like on them too. That would help. But hey, if you notice what the difference is, anywho,
I would lose that battle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Well, these two guys both don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I literally came up with that right on the spot,
Nice.
because I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later, because I want to keep it a mystery.
Okay.
Keep it a mystery.
All right. Enough said. Good deal.
Yeah. I had a pretty decent week
Did
so
you?
far.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
It's been busy.
Yeah, right.
It's been tiresome. I passed out hardcore since I've been going to the gym constantly. I am like out like a light.
Wow, man.
Trying to get in the rhythm, man. I'm trying to step in, go to the gym every day, minimum 35 minutes.
Right.
But most of the time it's an hour. The only days it's like 35 minutes is for today.
Yeah, you know why he only stays there about 30, 45 minutes, don't you? That chick over there on the treadmill, she leaves.
Oh my gosh.
Right there, she's gone.
No, I'm like, I got to get
Same.
home and I got to take a shower and then I got to head here.
Yeah.
So I get off at 4. I go there, get there by 4:15, and 4:45. I'm walking out. I
Rolling.
get home, shower, get here, bam.
Yeah.
This is the only short day at the gym
Gotcha.
today,
Yeah.
just
And
because I want to be here with y'all.
our short days at the gym are good days at the gym. That's ain't nothing wrong with short days.
Hey, I like high intensity
Yeah.
training kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I try to wear myself out as fast as possible. I know some people who love being there for an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
So I'm hitting that treadmill at a 9 incline and 3 speed, and I'm walking uphill, man.
3 speed, but that's rolling right there.
Yeah.
That's cooking pretty good.
Yeah.
That's about 2 speeds too fast for me.
Yeah.
That's all right. Though.
So we're actually here to smoke cigars.
Yes. Are.
So what are we
Yay.
smoking, Air Bear?
From what I understand, I think it's going to be the American.
The
American by JC Newman.
This thing is at the $18 price point. It is phenomenal.
Oh,
John is going to put up the logo here in a second, and the seal. I'm going to call it a seal because once you see it, what's up, Smooth? Once you see this thing, that is a classic American seal. Now, what you don't see in that picture is the fact that all of that dark gold in the picture is gloss.
nice.
It's reflective, and it's gorgeous. I got to tell you,
Pretty.
I'm probably going to keep this band
Pretty.
because I like it. I like it a lot. And the smell of this thing right off of a dry, oh, it's got a nice, like, small hint of spice going for it.
Yeah. Got a good, almost a red man type smell to the tobacco.
Okay. Yeah.
Little chewing tobacco. If you ever smelt that right there, it's got that particular type aroma to it, which to me is very good. I enjoy it.
Before I go more into the band and about this cigar, what we're doing today is we would like questions from the audience so that we can try to answer, try to go into details best we can, or just tell you we don't know.
Yep.
So come up with your questions. We
Come
really
on.
appreciate it. We'll try to get to as many of them as possible,
Indeed.
or we'll just start making up our own questions.
Yeah.
We'd prefer to have some from y'all. Nothing cigar related is off limits.
Yeah. Right.
So this thing's got that classic American, and then it's got another flag on there. What is that flag here?
Let's see. Spanish flag? No. I don't know what that is. That what flag is that? 'Cause I have no clue.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe that is the Puerto Rican flag.
Oh, is it a Puerto Rican flag? Is it? Okay.
If I am not mistaken.
Nice. Well,
What
they
is
need
it,
a
John?
Hawaiian flag on here. Then I don't.
They actually say nothing about it.
Yeah.
They tout everything about that cigar,
Yeah.
from the tobaccos, which we'll get into,
Mm.
to the box, to the assembly process. Everything in that cigar is American. Nothing ever took place offshore.
Yeah.
So I don't know why it would have a flag.
Well, where do they get the tobacco?
Well, various places.
Yeah. Very.
And they can we'll even tell you the name of the guy who grew it.
Okay, who's the name of the guy who grew it?
But they
Bud Lively.
would that be the Florida flag? I don't know. What's the state of Florida flag look like?
No, I believe that's the Puerto Rican flag. If I'm not
There it is.
mistaken.
Puerto Rican flag, I guess. There it is.
Look up the Puerto Rican flag. I am guessing because I've seen that flag many times before.
Right.
If anybody else knows, please say, because I'm somewhat guessing because I've seen that flag like crazy.
I guess if I type in the right computer, it'll work.
Yeah, that would definitely work.
Well, we'll keep over on it.
How's everybody doing today? What are you smoking? What libation are you having with yours?
Speak, talk to us, light up,
Yeah.
and enjoy with us too.
So
That is the Puerto Rican flag.
I knew that flag.
You want a cigar?
I won a cigar.
Indeed, you did.
So
Yes,
what I am smoking today, or not smoking, what I'm drinking, I am smoking, but what I'm drinking today
What are you drinking for your
is
libation today, sir?
Woodford. Thank you.
Woodford.
Woodford Reserve Single Malt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
I wanted to, Rocky helped me pick it out because I tell you what, I was going, all right, let's go for some super expensive scotch. I'm taking a sniff of it. I'm
Nice.
going through it. And I'm like, this isn't.
Mm.
I've dry pulled the cigar to try to get a good taste for it.
Right.
And then I'm like, I'm just not feeling that. Those two are not meshing in my head.
Okay.
So he goes, have you tried this? And I haven't tried the single malt, of the Woodford.
Really?
Yeah, I've tried all the other ones, but that one apparently I had. It was in the back, and he pulls it out and he goes, "Try
All right.
this."
Now, is that sort of a special type?
The single malts typically are.
Are
They have a little bit more, in my opinion, they have a little bit more flavor to them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
I want to light this sucker up. Do you have anything else to say about it?
Well, it's a great 4th of July cigar, so because it's all American. Okay. So when that comes along, and of course, already passed, I know. But when it comes along again, please keep this in note, keep it in mind. And of course, all the tobaccos, as John was saying over there, all tobaccos are American made, all American grown, all done, even rolled in our great state of Florida. And
Don't say that so enthusiastic.
Ybor City.
Well, there's your first name there, Devin. The wrapper is a Florida sun-grown by Jeff Boers. I can't pronounce that. In Clearmont, Florida.
Yeah. So it's and that's normally a good sign when you can't pronounce the name of somebody who made this cigar. It's gonna be a good cigar. Yeah. So
All right. With my fancy new Thunderbird lighter.
look at you go.
Love it.
Golly, I hope I got juice in mine. That was alive. I forgot to pull mine out over here. My lighter.
Nice.
So we've thrown the binder up there now, which is a Connecticut broadleaf grown by John Foster of South Windsor,
yes,
Connecticut. So literally, people don't believe me when I tell them some Connecticut tobaccos are grown in Connecticut. Well, I guess you can look up John Foster in South Windsor and he can send you a picture.
Yeah, Foster, good old American name too, as well. So,
You know what it makes me think of?
And-
Fosters.
And he comes into
Australian for beer.
it does, doesn't it?
he comes into play a little bit when it comes to the Pennsylvania Type 41 filler
Okay.
by a Mennonite family or Mennonite family farmers in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and Connecticut, Havana, grown again by John Foster.
Yes, sir.
I just saw my smoke ring.
There it is.
I wasn't looking down. I just looked at the camera.
Okay, you plastered.
And it's on camera, so it's
It's immortalized.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's in zeros and ones all over the planet.
This has got a nice spice to it right off the hip. Like nice spice to it.
Right.
All right.
Boy, man, my taste buds, I have got to do something with my taste. I got to smoke an acid or something like that, clean these things out or something. Because, man, oh, man. I mean, I like spicy foods.
Right.
So when the spicy foods hit, of course, and one of the owner proprietor that we're all very close to, Oscar Rodriguez, and you'll meet him later.
Oh, he's such a
down the
good
line.
dude. I
Yeah.
can't wait until he comes on the show. God,
I've got an idea about Oscar. Remind me after the
I
show.
can't wait for him.
So Oscar's a doctor, right? So he's an MD. He does great work for our nation. He does great work for the industry as well.
Yeah.
So, and he, of course, he and I, we sit down, we talk quite a bit. And he tells me, he's like, man, you need to lay off that full bodied stuff. You need to lay off that stuff, And the same goes with the spice. I'm a big Tabasco guy. I like Tabasco. I'm not too much of a Louisiana, not enough spice for me on that. But anyway, my taste buds are starting to. I need meat.
Yeah.
And I need something thicker. Know. And when you say, man, I taste that spice off the top, I go, nope, it's not there. So that leads me to believe I can taste the flavor. Flavor's good, but I can't the spice. And that's frustrating. That's all. That's I don't know.
You'll get there one day.
I
kid.
will. I know. I'm just a child.
If you got any questions, feel free to put them in the chat there, and we will get to them in time. This Woodford Reserve. I'm never going.
How is that going to mix with that?
It's super smooth right now. I've had a
Okay.
few sips already.
All right.
Nice.
Good mix.
I wouldn't say it's got a full body smell. It's got a kind of a nice smooth smell. Woo! And then it's kind of mellowed out taste,
Okay.
and then hits you with a pinch at the end.
Really?
Goes very well with this. I'm actually going to
Okay.
try the dip.
Okay. Go with the dip, man. Yeah. Throw down
Opposed to
with,
the dip. I like that.
yeah, throw down with a backward draw there. Yes, sir. Come on. Pennsylvania gonna speak to you now.
Yeah, definitely will.
Yeah,
Definitely
boy.
will. I feel like Abraham Lincoln and Washington are standing behind me, waving the flag. Yep.
Well, it's a few more Woodfords. They probably will be.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Anyway.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh,
Do we have any
Lord.
questions there, Mr. John? We can start this.
Yeah, right there, Sean Condon.
Can you put it up on screen?
I could do that.
Show.
Do you ever use a particular type of cutter or particular shapes of cigar?
Do you ever use a
Those are-
particular type of cutter for a particular shape of cigar? I use a straight cut on anything like a Bellicoso. Everything else, V cut.
Mm. Go ahead.
I have recently been super, as you probably all well know, is this massively wide punch. I love that on everything. Unless I can't use it on it, unless it can't fit on the cigar because it's pointed, I use that. I'm falling in love with the wide mouth punch.
I call it the blind man's punch because
Blind man.
he's got like 3 of them on there.
That's right.
You'd be
Yeah,
half
there's 3 different
blind.
sizes.
You'll still punch a cigar.
Yeah.
One way or another, you'll get it punched.
Yep.
So, but yeah, so you like to punch on all of them except for maybe a Bellicoso or a Figurado.
Right. A Figurado or a Bellicoso, I typically will cut those
Okay.
just because that's what it is. But what's
Gotcha.
great about those
Okay.
and what's great about this particular punch that you can get at All Cigars and More is that it's got this really tiny end.
Right.
So typically I'm going to cut it to be about that small ring gauge, the middle one that's on there.
Okay.
And then just to make sure I get enough on it,
Right.
I'm going to take the small one and I'm going to dig it into the hole that I just cut.
Okay.
Get a little bit more, loosen it up a little bit.
Oh,
Get some more
okay.
surface area.
Yeah, I got you. So I guess the blades on that are a little deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Okay.
pretty deep. I mean,
All right. Yes, they are.
yeah,
They're okay. Yeah. Not bad at all.
about an eighth.
Man, that's looks like a 10 millimeter on the end right there, which is extremely large for
Yeah.
a punch.
Yeah.
Very large, which is good. I mean,
What I
Yeah.
like about this one,
Bigger
I
the
highly
better, right?
recommend everybody get one of these, to be honest with you, is you can see this. Let me back this up.
there it is. I knew someone was coming like that.
It's useful. It's a double use, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, right. That's pretty neat. And you can join another one there, or again, a blind man set. So you can just set it just about anywhere and
Yeah.
hit it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing I'd love more is if I had a lighter
Right?
that could do this
Oh, yeah.
and had
Oh yeah.
a wide
That
mouth
was-
ring on it.
Yeah, you'd have to have a holster for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing would be about this big.
Yeah.
It'd be big around.
Yeah.
I could set it down. It would hold my cigar.
That's
I could
it.
take it, punch it, or cut it. It'd
Yeah.
have all in one.
That's
Be
it right there.
The Swiss Army knife of.
Or just set it down, let it light, let it cut itself. A whole apparatus about that big right there. Just set it down, let it and it,
Maybe I can program Alexa to light my cigars.
that's what I'm saying, man.
Alexa,
Get innovative one day, man.
Smoke.
What's up, Jonesy?
light my cigar.
Miss. Oh, see, now you're talking. That's what I'm talking about.
She'll take a few puffs on it. I'll put a little sensor on there. She'll actually pull on it a little
Yeah.
bit. She goes, "You're going to like this one."
Yes, indeed. Enjoy. But yeah, as far as the cut goes on mine, I've gone through the evolution of cutting. I've gone through it, and I've done all the cuts. I even come up with one of my own cuts, and was going to patent it until I found out how much patent was and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I enjoy a good V cut on a Bellicoso.
Yeah.
I like a straight cut on everything else across the board.
Yeah.
Except for maybe a Bellicoso, torpedo, whatever. Maybe
Well,
a
that's the reason
figure
I
out
like this one, man. It's almost a straight
Yeah.
cut. It's
Right.
almost a straight cut.
It is. It really is. And that's what I don't know why, but I just enjoy a good V cut on a Bellicoso. I don't know why, but I just do. I like that.
What's up, Jonesy? What's up, Miss Eaton?
Yes, indeed. Hey, Cindy.
Cheers to all our
Cindy.
viewers. If you like what you're seeing, do me a favor right now. Smash that like button. We can
Subscribe.
see it. We can see it.
Come on.
Smash
Do it.
that like button right now. We'd really
That's it.
appreciate it.
Yeah, and you got a couple of 2 cigar geeks right here that just really enjoy doing what we do, and we appreciate you taking time out of your
Oh,
day
he's
to do
pulling it
so.
up.
Oh, there it is. There it is. That's what the great Davini's got right
Yeah.
there.
I had the option
That
to get the
is.
red one. I didn't.
Man, it's sharp. Too.
It
Now,
is.
What color is that? That's a.
It's kind of like a gunmetal gray.
pewter or gunmetal. Okay,
Yeah. So it's the gray one. A buddy of mine got the black one.
Mhm.
He ordered it and he got it in and purchased.
I like that red.
But that red one, I had the option, and part of me now is thinking I should have done that.
Yeah.
At the same time,
Mm-hmm.
I thought about this. This is a little bit of cautious security measures in my head. I went, that's sitting on a table and it's bright red. Somebody's gonna go, ooh, bright red. I'm like, somebody's gonna snatch that. But little gray thing sitting on the side, they may not think it's too.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I could compare that some, but I'm not going to.
And then
anyway,
on a standard note, like it's starting to rub off some right here, so you can see the silver and
ain't nothing wrong
silver
with
and gray.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a first generation Zycar executive. And if you don't know what anyway, it's a little sidelight. But I bought it 20 years ago. And over one of the first stores that ever opened up in Birmingham, aside from Blackburn's. James Blackburn's been here forever. Anyway, whatever. So I bought this lighter from a good friend of mine at that time there, and it was a first generation Zycar. Yeah. So they were literally still making these things wherever they made them at the first, and all of the coating is gone, all of it. It is nothing but gray primer. Is all it is, and that lighter still works.
Man, I'd take something like that, and I would take it to a powder cutter.
That's a good idea, you know.
Yeah,
I like that, man. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Get some specialty stripes put on it too.
I like that, man. Throw a little roll tide A on there, man.
Because I can do spray paint jobs. Like I got one of my truck lighter. I spray painted with a spiral of orange on it. Okay. Spray paint's good, but it's gonna eventually come off. But if you can spend a little bit extra money, get powder coating, it's going to last a little bit longer. It's going to look a little bit more cleaner.
Yeah, well, and give it that little rough look, sort of roughish type look to it too.
Or get it Cerakoted. And if anybody knows what that is, they do it to guns.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Okay, that's a good type thing.
Any questions out there? We need to do some questions. Now, Sean said something really interesting. I was actually impressed. He was talking about how he takes apart his V cutter and cleans it. Keeps it really clean. I'm impressed, to be honest with you. Everybody I know who owns one of those Zycar V cutters, they would never do that.
Yeah.
But that's impressive.
Yeah.
I could totally see myself doing
that. Yeah. And it's cool. Well, it's cool because it's the only other thing that you got to worry about is the outside. The outside may turn a little bit of rust or whatever it may be. Maybe get some funk on the inside of it as it goes along because of the water and the soap, whatever it may be. But yeah, I've done that with some of the Zycar cutters that I have, or the straight cuts, just the straight cuts. Yeah, I've had to do that many, many times because these things start clogging up. You got and you've got after you've smoked it, you know, and you got the head of it's just not, got a little mushiness to it. And if it gets too mushy, you just want to snip it. Or if you have a bad draw, you want to snip it again.
Yeah.
When that happens, then this thing starts getting funk on the outside of it, and you got to wash it.
That's what I liked about this thing, man, is you can take this thing apart. It's got star bits in there.
Oh,
and I'm like, I'm afraid to do it because I feel like I'm going to take it apart and then I'm never going to be able to get it back together.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But yeah, man, take it apart because it's stainless steel, on the inside,
Take care of your tools.
If it was, if it was just hardened steel here, here in U.S., it'd be a different story.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, take care, like you said, take care of your tools, big time.
Absolutely. Now, you guys do need to stop by the Cigars and More's and Vitola Fine Cigars and pick up our pack we got for Smoking Underground, 4046. And it's got some excellent smokes in here, including the shorter version of the one we're smoking right now.
Right.
Yeah. Right. And so there you go.
There it is. I've been wanting to ask you this. What about, in a sense of your perspective, when it comes to cigars? Okay. What stands out to you in your passion for cigars? What what do you like about cigars other than the experience itself? Let's just say a brand. Let's just say, what do you like about, or what do you dislike about?
So my two favorite brands are Padron, because that's the first cigar I ever smoked.
Okay.
When I was way too young to be smoking them.
Right.
Well, not way too young, just a year away.
Right.
Back then. And then GTO. And I didn't know about GTO until I moved to Alabama.
That's Oscar, the one we were talking about earlier. That's his brand.
And Oscar's La Cura, his Maduro one, his super dark, very brand new one.
Okay.
I don't know. The thing I like about it is clean, but yet so much flavor, and it's still smoke.
Really?
Like you're pulling flavor out of it. And that's why I like Maduros. I really like that flavor profile. And then, may it rest in peace, the Camacho Candela, which would have been in the top seat.
So I'll let you know that right there.
Corojo.
Yeah. Rated 96.
Yeah, it's Corojo. So I mean, it's not Maduro, but
No. That wasn't the point I was trying to make. I was just rated 96.
oh, rated 96. Yeah. It's I mean, it's wonderful.
So yeah.
And you know what's funny is I didn't know
Good
that.
pick.
I didn't know that when I just smoked it. He brought it in. He goes, "Try this," and I mean, I will admit I can be a fanboy for GTO sometimes,
Right.
Because all of their cigars are amazing. I like all of them,
Right.
But that one is head and shoulders above the rest of the GTO line, and I'm always flabbergasted with it because when I have my go-tos, I don't know what I want to smoke. I don't really want to try something new because we always have that day. You don't want to try something new.
Right.
I'm either going to pick a Padron,
Right.
or now a La Cura. It used to be the Anesthesia,
Right.
the GTO Anesthesia.
Yeah.
Now it's the La Cura every time.
The thing I like, and I like the way you're going here, and I'll just sort of I'll candy coat this in a sense of is that I enjoy the one of the cigar experiences, or one of the cigar facts, if you will, that the GTO is locally, it's here in Alabama.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's good. The My Father stuff, outstanding. It's
They're out of
ahead of the
Mobile, I
show.
think,
Okay,
aren't
you know.
GTO's out of Mobile, isn't it? Or is it Montgomery?
No, Montgomery.
Montgomery.
Yeah. So it's local here, and of course, you know, he supports all of our stores in a huge way, which is fantastic. But that's what I like about the GTO line, you know, if you will. But as far as I want to just sort of bring up somewhat of a point that I think has just been overblown a little bit. Okay. And one of the things, one of the, I guess, bullet points that I want to make about enjoying the cigar world, career, job, field, whatever you want to call it,
All right.
is all of the plethora outside of Cuba.
Don't you use those $10 words on me?
All of that outside. So I had to look it up before I used it. So all of that outside of Cuba, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because Cuban cigars, they're to me, they're just so overrated.
You know, I've actually,
it's
become, because of our discussions, because of my research on it,
Right.
it's now almost become a hidden side project,
Right.
to kind of dismiss, not negatively, but dismiss people in the sense of, you know, they're not as good as you think they are. It's just the stigma behind them.
Yeah. Right. Correct.
Correct. I
That's
challenge
my
people.
opinion. Yeah.
Oh, you got that? Okay. Now I want you to take that and I want you to get another cigar that you think is equivalent to it.
Right.
And then see what the actual difference is.
Right. Right.
Like, and you grab them. I'm going to take the bands off.
Yeah. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I want you to see the difference
Mhm.
because I agree with you. I got some Cubans the other day, or a month ago, not the other day.
Right.
I did not enjoy it. Did not enjoy. I thought I was going to. It was hyped up to me. Man,
Right.
try these things. Amazing.
Right. Right.
I started trying that. I was sitting at home. I was drinking some scotch, and I went, "What? I would no."
Mm-hmm.
Was not enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
Not enjoying it. Now, that is to preface the fact that personal preference is a thing.
Sure.
absolutely is a thing, because I know some friends of mine, you gave them a Maduro cigar, they would be hacking their lungs up. They hate it. They don't like stuff that dark.
Yeah.
And then I got another buddy of mine. He was on the show last week, Dr. D. I started him out with GTO Hypnotic,
Sure.
because it was light, sugar tip, sugar cane tip.
Yeah.
And this thing's amazing. This is good. And he kept smoking some of the lighter Connecticut's. Got him up to Corojo, got him up to some Sun-Grown, got him all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then when I eventually gave him the Camacho Triple Maduro, he tried that. He goes, I told him, I went, this is going to kick your ass, man.
Ooh,
And he goes, I'm up for the challenge, because he likes really spicy stuff.
All right. Okay.
Gary, Dr. D loved it.
Oh, well, yeah.
He loved it.
If it's not going to knock you in the dirt and you come back up and you got little brown stuff on your nose, it's going to be a great stick.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
3 different Maduros on that right there. It's outstanding. My God. Smooth, too. Maduro's not made to be a filler. It's not. It's just not. But yeah, I just want to get that. I want to get that across there about Cubans. And a lot of Cubans, if you will, are name droppers. I like Cubans. I smoke nothing but Cubans. Whatever. It's not like you're dating everything but supermodels. No, I don't care. You've got 3 different regions out here that are major: the Dominican, Nicaraguan, Honduran region out here that grow multitudes of cigar tobacco.
Millions of dollars of research and development.
God, and it's
expertise and masterhood.
Big time. All of that. And where you have Cuba, yes, you have Cuba. Yes, it's been, it's the last 300 years, of course, they've done cigars, and done their own stuff. But you're looking at one region in a sense of divided up.
Yeah.
So you can only get maybe a couple of complexities out of these. That's about all.
Yeah.
And where the others, you're looking at a ton of stuff that you can broaden out on, enjoy. Man, you go in here in this humidor in here, you go into a Cuban humidor, and then you go in this humidor. Hands down. You'll go, oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
And Sean, thank you for that comment. That was a nice comment you made there. Let's put it on the screen real quick.
Yeah.
That's 100% accurate. That is 100% accurate. Gary mutters through this.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I can't hardly see. I can't see. So I'm trying to go in.
But we got a good question in here from Adam St. John. This is a wonderful question.
It is indeed.
And I'm going to start with the answer to this. And the reason I'm going to start with the answer to this.
Go with it.
Is this guy right here.
Go with it.
On my drive here today. This is a La Cura. It has a pigtail. I'm sitting in my truck. I got my fancy new lighter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm at a stoplight.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this.
You got a cutter, do you?
I literally pulled the wrapper off and I went and I twisted it, popped it, and smoked it.
Yeah.
I have come to love pigtails because they're so
easy.
from my perspective. Super efficient, super easy.
Yeah. And they're like a punch.
Yes.
They're like a punch.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
Now there is a trick to them because you have to twist towards the tension. If you twist it the other way, you kind of mess it up.
Okay.
I always tell people twist towards where it's harder to twist and then twist and pull.
Gotcha.
Because if you twist the other way, you might get a chance of unwrapping something and making it flake off.
Okay.
You twist with the tension.
I learned something.
You're good to go.
Thank you. Gotcha.
And if I needed to cut it at another stoplight, I would.
Right.
But I didn't need to.
Yeah.
And I don't typically need to.
Right. And that's the object of the pigtail.
Yeah.
That's the object of it. Oh, twist tail. I'm sorry. There's pigtail. It looks like a pig. Then there's twist.
And what's it called when the outside wrapper goes over the front?
Oh, the front wrap, full wrap.
A full wrap.
Yeah, full wrap or a foot wrap.
A foot wrap. A foot wrap. That's what I've heard before. The reason I love that.
A lot of flavor.
Lots of flavor. And
a lot of flavor.
I know. I should have just worn my GTO shirt today. I just should have worn that because that's one thing I love about the La Cura. It is. And any cigar that has that, I'm immediately going to look at it.
There it is.
Immediately going to look at it. You could have this Padron. You could have that 85th one year that Sean's talking about sitting right in front of me. You could have one where the full foot cover.
Yeah.
and I'd be going, I think I'm going to try that one first.
Oh yeah, no kidding, man.
Because that's just uniqueness. That's somebody who takes the time to really think, I want to give flavor on the first hit.
Right on.
So
Yep.
it's really up to you, personal preference, but I would highly recommend just pop it off. Just pop that pigtail.
Yep. Exactly.
That's what she said.
Yeah. There's a particular size cigar out there that not a whole lot of people's heard about, and it's called the Chisel. And the Chisel, of course, is only made by one that I know of, by one particular brand, LFD, La Flor Dominicana.
Right.
And that particular cigar, you can do it multiple ways. They even made it that way to where you can, if you wanted to, you can literally pinch the head of it right there and then smoke it. You're ready to go. Or you can punch one side, or you can punch both sides, or you can cut it. So very interesting that way.
You do what to the end of it?
You just squeeze the end of it, and it'll
What
pop.
was the word you used?
I have no idea.
Started with a P.
What did I say? Somebody remind me. What did I say? I have no idea.
The only reason I thought about it is completely off subject. I was thinking like,
Did I say pinch? Pinch the.
say that word, John.
Pinch.
It's how you say the word. Pinch versus pinch.
Sorry.
I always find it really intriguing.
Okay.
No, you're fine. That's just the way you pronounce it.
Roll
I always
Tide.
found it interesting the way people say that word.
Yeah,
I don't know.
pinch
I'm
the end of it.
What's up, Dr. D?
Yeah,
We're
buddy.
just talking about you, man.
Yes, sir. We were
We were telling them about that triple Maduro and how much you liked it.
indeed.
You got any questions for us, Dr. D? I don't know
right.
if Sir Metal's watching either.
Or Sean, you got any questions?
Yeah.
Or anything? Anybody else?
Any question?
Yeah.
That's fine. Even if you
I
don't
was
smoke
listening to
cigars.
a podcast while you were talking about, well, not while you were talking about, but on the subject of the pigtails or twist ends.
Yeah.
And it seems one of the busiest booths in Vegas a week and a half ago was the Christoph booth.
Yeah.
I was thinking of that.
And that
Same.
cigar I fell in love with when we first got it in the Maduro. It just to me was a nice oily, rough Maduro.
Oily and rough. That's a great descriptor.
And I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it gives you a little bit of nostalgia on the
Yeah,
cigar in my head.
toothy
And
wrapper.
they've come out with some great cigars, and they were not the strongest cigars in the world. And now, of course, they've got the Pissed Off Christoph and the Vengeance, which are
Sure.
a little bit stronger.
Right.
And they
And-
call it the Sun Grown now, but it used to be called the Britannia, and I wish they had kept that name, but I understand why they changed it. I loved that name.
Man, that was a good stick too.
Yeah.
That's good
Oh.
cigar.
And some of our shops still have it. Some of them don't. I'm
Okay.
really hoping Harris took note of the people, because I love the Christophs. And
Yeah.
we closed them out here in 280, and we normally don't have them in stock other than in my little locker. I bought most of them that we closed out. So,
Oh, there you are. Okay, didn't know that. Oh, there you are. That man, they're famous for the closed foot. They came out with that a long
Closed
time ago.
foot.
Mhm.
So I think we may have a question on there. Let's see, from Dr. D.
Is it just hello?
is my little hand on there?
Yeah.
Is there a put that up on the screen?
Flavor difference in what?
Is there a flavor difference in gauges of cigar? So like the thickness.
There are subtle flavors on it, mainly because when you start talking thinner, you start talking a little bit more flavor of the wrapper and the binder.
Lanceros.
So Lanceros, you took it out of my mouth.
Yep. I've discovered Lanceros in the past year.
All right.
I've always known about them, but
Mhm.
the first time really smoking them, like really getting into knowing them.
Right.
Super impressed.
Yeah.
Super
big time,
impressed.
Big time. And
99, the Insidious.
Insidious.
99.
Really?
The new TAA Diesel. I hate Diesel cigars. I'm sorry, Diesel. The TAA, fabulous.
Okay.
They come in boxes of 10. They're $10 a pop or $9 a pop.
Do we have them here?
We have them in. I know we have them in Pat Creek and 280. I assume we have them elsewhere. I rarely buy whole boxes of cigars, and it's one. There's actually a few that have come out recently, and that's one of them that I actually bought a whole box of. So I have when we run out,
Very good.
and
Okay.
I'll probably have to the day I die, because I like perfect and unopened.
I might just have to purchase a few Lanceros there, Dr. D. For,
Indeed. Indeed.
There's been a couple new Lanceros that have come out. I've always liked Lanceros.
Yeah. They get a bad rep because they're not
They
like
do.
the full, like,
Yeah.
I got a
Right.
cigar,
Yeah.
because it's like pencil size. you know?
Yeah.
To me, they remind me more of the John Wayne or Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood cigar. Sorry, Mr. Wayne. But they, there's just so much flavor in them, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at the Lanceros. You've got you also have the Coronas. You know, the Corona size, of course, is a little bit smaller in shape, and it's also shorter. So you're gonna get a lot of flavor pop out of that. That one right there is a very underrated cigar as well. The Corona,
The Rocky Patel World Championship cigar.
Yeah.
That one. Now you can go into the humidor in Trussville, where I work on Tuesdays from 4 to 8. Now, they have that cigar in multiple ring gauges, but I am here to tell you that the smallest ring gauge they have, I wouldn't call it a Lancero,
right?
but that sucker is amazing. Robinette turned me on to that.
Yeah.
And I can tell you from personal experience of smoking that one multiple times, it does not taste like pitted prune.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah. It really is. I'm bringing that one up. That is
a very good. There's a reason it's a world championship.
Right.
It's just got such a dichotomy of flavor
Mm-hmm.
all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I trumped your word.
No.
$20 word.
All right. Yeah, I'm glad you did too. But yeah, when it comes to varieties, of course, you get your smoking time. You get your smoking time up. You know, obviously. But yeah, there are different flavors posing with different sizes out there, and that's the fun part about it, right there. Is because you'll smoke it's like a Churchill. I don't like Churchills a lot of the times, mainly because when they start off real mild. They start off real smooth, unless it's a full body, something like a drone.
Yeah,
you know, it's gonna start off with a pop,
right?
But anything with anything that's going to have like a lighter Dominican type flavor to it, whatever it may be, then it's going to be very, very light. But yeah, the shorter the cigar, you know, the shorter cigar is going to give you more flavor. It doesn't make any difference with 60, 70, whatever it may be. But also it's going to burn cooler, you know. But the Lancero, the Corona, Lonsdale, Panatella, these particular sizes that you're looking at are around about the Lancero size is what you're looking at. So what you're looking at there is shorter and longer and a little bit fatter on the Panatella.
Fat pencil.
Yeah. So and that's a good variety of what you're looking at there. So any of you guys, if you have a chance to do, because Arturo Fuente Senior smokes the number 4 in the Don Carlos series. The number 4 is a small little head tip, almost a figurado. That's a Corona. It ain't that big, and that's what Arturo Fuente Senior. That's what that's his baby. It's the number 4, and it's off the wall. Man, it's got a ton of flavor to it, and that one I can taste the spice on.
So I'd love to know John and Gary's opinion because of this next one. I am thoroughly impressed with them. I was explaining to a customer is that there's obviously when they make a cigar, they'll put different tobaccos in there.
Yeah.
They'll put them in different consistencies and tightness and etc. But when you get to the Nub brand, it's like they put the best of the best in that small package for a reason. Because I remember the first time I smoked one of those, I went, there is no way this is going to be good. Because at that juncture, at the size of that cigar, you know, a little bit and you're done. That's what I would think with a cigar. That thing is good all the way to the end. I've been thoroughly impressed with Nubs more than I ever thought I would be. So what are y'all's opinion about those?
I think I like the Nub cigar. I don't smoke it that often because, as we just said, I prefer a Lancero, which is a 38 ring gauge, or a Lonsdale, which is going to be like a 42 or maybe a 44 ring gauge. So I like that smaller ring gauge, where the Nub is going to be pushing that 60-ish ring gauge, and I just don't get into the larger diameter cigars.
Yeah.
But there's a tremendous amount of flavor there. They're very deceiving because that's an hour-long smoke in a 4-inch package.
Very good.
And people come in and they grab them and they go, "Oh, I just want a quick little smoke." I'm sorry, that's not a quick little smoke. And I don't know what nub does, but it's the best cigar for holding an ash. And I mean, there's all kinds
It's
of
thick.
pictures.
Like you see pictures online of people taking it with ash and then sitting it down on the ash.
I mean, they take it right down to the cap, and it's all ash. They've never ashed it. It holds together, and I don't know what they do or what's special about them. I don't know if I've never had a bad nub, but I just don't smoke a lot of them, mainly because of the diameter.
Yeah. No, I would highly recommend them. I've smoked their Connecticut's to their Maduros, and I'm always impressed. I'm always, it's funny. The reason I bring it up like that, I say it like that, is I'm always going, oh, and then I smoke it and I always love it.
Yeah.
I always am doubting it.
Right.
And I've smoked, handfuls of them.
Right.
And I always doubt it every time I pick it up, and every time I try it, I enjoy it every time.
Right. Yeah. I'm just not a big ring gauge cigar. I'm not a big ring gauge cigar guy. I like Toros. I'm just not. Now the nub it's when it hit, when Sam Lucia took that cigar to another level.
Yeah.
With Oliva. That right there, when I looked at it, I said, man, that's a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea. Because there are people wanting that 60 ring gauge, but they don't want all of that cigar to smoke. A lot of the time, they just don't. They just do not. I had just a couple of guys come in and get those particular cigars right there to chew on, and that was all they did. And because they could chew on it, and it wouldn't last that long as far as the chew goes. And then after that, they put it down. But a fantastic smoke.
Yeah.
Very much so. I think the lowest they make in that one right there, I think it's a 58 is a 58 ring gauge. I think it's the lowest that they make in that one, I believe.
I don't know about you, but I can tell you this American by JC Newman
Ain't shabby.
It was good in the beginning. It has only gotten better.
Well, I'm gonna paraphrase old boy that I watch on YouTube a lot for cooking, who's out in Waxahachie, Texas.
I'm always the second behind you guys. I'm sorry.
Matt Pittman over there. He says, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
I ain't mad at it, buddy. So,
yeah, those are the nubs right there. I recommend everybody try those. We sell them at all the Cigars and More Vitola Fine Cigars. And honestly, I think in one of our packs one time we should include a nub in there, because I think we need to have the dichotomy. I'm going to use that word again.
Yeah.
The dichotomy of a nub compared to the other ones. I think it might be a good addition.
I think you'll like the plethora of it too.
The plethora of it.
Yeah, that's it.
No pitted prunes. That's 2.
2.
This American by JC Newman that we were smoking in the My Father Lounge and Cigars studio is phenomenal.
AJ Fernandez come out with a Pennsylvania broadleaf and actually experimented with it, and then finally come out with it in his diesel brand. And it was a while. It was a long time ago. And that put Pennsylvania on the map, of course, when that happened there. Connecticut's always been there.
I'm hit or miss on diesel.
Yeah.
Like I know John doesn't like them.
Oh, I love them.
But
I don't know where you would ever got that from.
Yeah.
I'm hit or miss. There's some of them, and I haven't smoked enough of them to really give
I love
super opinion.
Man.
But I think I've probably smoked maybe 5,
and
I think I only really enjoyed 2 of them, and I don't remember what they were.
Right.
I want to keep giving them a shot because I think you should give a cigar a shot.
Yeah.
More often than not. As we typically say, and this is not just for marketing and sales, but if you're going to purchase a cigar you've never had before, purchase 2.
Right.
Always purchase 2.
Right.
I had a guy come in the store, John, Gary. He goes, I need something kind of light, but not too light. Something that's just good, because I'm used to smoking these super full bodies, and I'm like, what's the go-to I'm going to go to? Nope, not Padron, not GTO. I went straight to Hemingway.
Very good.
I went straight to Hemingway because that's, to me,
very good.
And it may just be the name, But every time I smoke it, I get it's that classic
Mhm.
cigar flavor.
Yeah.
It meets every criteria
Yeah.
for a cigar flavor.
Yeah. Big time. Big time. You couldn't have said it any better. There's something about Cameroon when there's a spice to it. There's a cedary, there's a heavy cedary to it. And of course, when it blends with that Dominican, it just turns out to be nice and sweet.
Yeah.
And it's got a good sweet undertone to it.
Holy mackerel.
And I enjoy that.
Look at that. So if you like what you're watching today, make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Please.
Smash that like button. I see somebody smashed on Facebook that loving care button. We appreciate you. Thank
Indeed.
you so much.
Thank you so much.
Share it
Appreciate that.
around. You will notice today that the broadcast is being broadcast in multiple different locations, not just 2. So
Hello.
we appreciate you guys stopping in, whoever you did.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all. Big time.
We've gone, typically when we do interviews, we go about this long, but we went this long today just from answering questions and talking. This has been great.
That's what happens when cigars come up. When it comes to a couple of deadhead geeks like us, I can't speak for you, but
Deadhead?
yeah. So when that happens right there, then we take off, and that's all it takes right there. So we appreciate you being with us and enjoying the conversation too. And we really want y'all to be involved. Ask your questions, do statements, pose some, give us something to go on.
Yeah.
Because that's what we live off of, man. You guys are great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our ultimate viewer criteria is we'd love for you to be watching the show, smoking a cigar, preferably one from the Smoking Underground pack we come out with once a month,
which is not shabby.
Was not shabby. It's a discounted compared to what you get them individually.
Yes, sir.
And then drinking something that you think goes with it, and then you tell us about it. That is the ideal everything.
Indeed it is.
And even if you're not smoking a cigar, if you're doing something else, let us know. If you're vaping, if you're whatever, let us know what you're doing to smoke and relax. I mean, we prefer you to smoke cigars, but we love you just being here, chilling out with us. You have any other questions before we come up to the end of the show? Feel free to post them right now so we can put them on screen.
Before everything sort of starts dying down, John, I believe you got a little bit of news for us over there, I think, on the political aspect.
Yeah, we definitely want to keep you informed.
So this is the informative side of our podcast here. So
I always come in this with the depressing point.
Not depressing.
It's not the worst I could tell you. I could tell you live in the District of Columbia and you get tagged, I think, there with a 91%.
So you know that emote that people put out. It's the smiley face hugging.
Yeah.
It's like thinking about you, caring about you.
Yeah.
You can see it on Facebook all the time.
Yeah.
What he's about to tell us.
Yeah.
You need to hit that button for that specifically, because what he's about to tell you, for smokers in those regions, your heart goes out to them.
We should have grabbed one of the CRA packs, which we still have limited in some of the stores. And this is what they fight against.
Right.
What happened within the last few days in the state of New York is they went ahead and adjusted their tobacco taxes on cigars and cigarettes and that. But we primarily care about cigars.
Right.
And if we were to smoke this wonderful American Toro, which Devin quoted, is roughly $18.
Roughly $18. You can get it at our stores.
In Alabama, which does have one of the lowest cigar taxes. With the new tax in New York, if I've done my math correctly, it would cost you roughly $35.
Can you believe that?
They've implemented a 75% tax on all cigars based off of wholesale value.
Oh.
So you take your wholesale value, add 75% to it, add any other taxes that might even be thrown in there, local municipalities, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, right.
God.
And then, as bad as it is to say, double the price, because that's what the standard markup is. When I was doing retail sales 30 years ago, it was like 40%. Now the standard markup on anything's 50%. You buy a shirt at Target for $15, their cost is at least $7.50, probably less. But well, you don't smoke $35 cigars. You don't smoke $20 cigars. I did the math really quick. If you're smoking an $8 cigar, if you came in here and you picked up your Oliva Series G Cameroon,
Yeah.
And it's an $8 cigar. That cigar would cost you $14 in New York.
Man.
And New York's not the only one. Vermont's up there.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Vermont.
I'm trying to remember. There's another one that's like 92%, but they actually cap it at a maximum of $4 a
Right.
cigar. So we're at, you're looking at $3 tax on that. Oliva G. You're looking at $17-ish. No, so I'm sorry. I did my math wrong. You're looking at $8 tax on that American. So it's just something to pay attention for. We talk about it, and they're going to, this is just the taxes. This isn't even taking into account the one we brought up a few episodes ago about the federal, where they're wanting to tax cigars by the pound, which really makes Lanceros attractive because there's not a lot of tobacco there, and makes 990s horribly expensive because of the weight of the cigar.
Sure.
So that's just me and keeping you informed on what's going on in the world.
That hurts the smoker. That hurts the business. That hurts everybody.
If I imagine Harris is probably eventually going to tell me to stop doing it. But if you want a history, there is a major cigar shop up in the Northeast that when I think it was Vermont put their sales tax into place on January 1st. On January 31st, he relocated all of his shops to a different state, just across the border.
Very good.
Because not only were the taxes going up, he was going to have to cut Vermont a check for the increased taxes on all the inventory he had.
Of course.
And he's not a small shop. So,
you know what that makes me think of, John, is our wonderful, wonderful libation sellers here in Alabama.
Yeah.
The ABC.
Right.
Because my friend there, and when we want to like stock up,
go
to another state to stock up.
Yeah, exactly. I'd also like to bring up one more point too about this as well, just to remind everybody out there, and if anybody knows anybody from these other states that John's talking about, there's one thing to remember.
What's that?
We ship.
That's right. Tell them to give us a call.
Give us a holler. You give us a holler.
Holla.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll drop it on your doorstep for probably half that price.
I was just about, it's funny you say that. I was just thinking, like, if you're somebody like I got a guy I work with who his family is located in New York, so he travels up there about once, maybe twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
He drives all the way up there, which
good.
Don't even get me wrong,
nice.
That's crazy. But I'm like, if you know a cigar smoker who lives up there, he's a cigar smoker, he or she.
Right.
Buy some cigars over here. Not even if you're not a cigar smoker, just text them. Say, what kind of cigars do you typically like to smoke? Okay. Come to one of our stores, purchase some of those cigars, take them up there, give it to him.
Big time.
You will be giving him a massive gift just in that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably going to give it to him for free, but if he pays you for it, you're still going, you're helping him out. You're telling him, we're thinking about you.
Right on.
Because that is not a good thing.
That's when it comes to stuff like that right there, we just got to watch our P's and Q's and our cue balls, because it's going to eventually seep this way, and down here, we just, no, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Alabama's we're a blue collar state. When it comes to stuff like that, we're looking at something that a guy earns his money down here. He don't sit in the big office up there in Washington D.C. or some other place. And no, we don't have a pro team down here. I think the GDP of Birmingham's only about 750, probably now maybe 900.
Yeah.
The entire state's probably about, probably around about, 3, maybe 5 million, probably. That's the GDP of Alabama. That's it. That's all.
You mean billion, not million.
So yeah,
billion.
Sorry. So yeah, but I mean, that's just. I mean, come on, man. That's ridiculous. So in saying that, if you support the shop, Harris Saunders, the guy that owns this place, He lobbies. He stays down in Montgomery. He makes sure that everybody's, accounted for, down there to say, hey, listen, keep your hands off this stuff.
Yeah.
So if you support us, you support that.
Yeah.
So that's just FYI on that. I figured I'd
And
put the
then
camera on
just
top.
to reiterate I guess you'd almost call it a contest in a sense. If you can identify, if you can put that email address back up there, the difference in this show compared to the other ones, it's subtle. It's very subtle. If you can note the difference and email cigarsmokingunderground@gmail.com, email that with what it is. First person to get it, John's going to come up with something to get you.
Ta-da.
So if you can notice what the difference is,
I'd lose.
check the other broadcasts.
I'd lose.
Check the other broadcasts.
Yeah.
Hit likes on all of those. We'd appreciate it. Throw a comment down.
Yeah.
Mr. John Viviani will he'll come up with something to get you.
Big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Anyway, I think we should call it here right now.
Yep.
This is one of our longest. I'm sure people.
This is even longer than some of our interview ones because we've just had a lot of good conversation.
In big time. Thank y'all for joining us.
Sorry
Really
for
do.
those drive that
Appreciate
hope this was a 30-minute episode. But
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank
Yes.
you, Mr. John.
Big time. Thank you, John.
Gary.
Yes, and you too, David. as
Thank
well.
you. And remember, always support your local shops.
Big time.
Stop in. You can actually come to the 280 store and
5 locations.
witness this beautiful studio, the My Father Cigar Lounge and Studio.
Thank you for my father for sponsoring us
That's
as well.
right.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Indeed.
Woodford Reserve Single Malt
In the water.
and the
Yeah.
water and the nice government water.
Yes, indeed.
And remember,
Anyway, to smoke a cigar is.
to smoke is human, but to smoke a cigar is divine.
Oh, there it is, right there.
And
I
we'll
get it.
see you next Thursday.